And yeah, so you Swifties gonna have to get mad when I get to this next topic. Oh well. But let's get into this Taylor Swift tea because apparently some text messages have been revealed regarding just Justin Baldoni and this other stuff. Taylor Swift got basically called Justin a bitch who got out his tiny violin in an alleged exchange with Blake Lively. So Ku Klux Khaleesi is not looking too good out here in these streets regarding some of the vile things that she has said. Because remember, this all stems on the fact that she tried to take over this man's movie and was trying to use her husband and a lot of her celebrity friends, including Taylor Swift, Matt Damon, and Ben Affleck, as a way to try to take over this man's film. And here's somebody who's new, wet behind the ears. I believe I'm not mistaken, this is his first movie that he's directed. And here come this old buck-tooth cockeyed bitch, because she do got an overbite. We remember when she was Serena Van der Woods on Gossip Girl, with them teeth was teething, and she was basically out here trying to take over this man's movie, and because he actually wasn't going to be no punk, and he fought back. Now she wouldn't be out here showing her ass. And I did hear that there was a situation where Ryan Reynolds even tried to interject at one point where he was trying to get producers to rally behind um his wife because she was feeling all alone out here in the street. I'm like, she the one doing the damn bullying. Now she want to sit up out here like a goddamn Karen and play the victim. Because Justin's like, this is my movie. Like, you're in this film. Yeah, you might be a producer. And I don't know. Was she a producer in this film? She might have been. But even if you're a producer, this is not your thing that you need to be trying to take over. I'm the director. You trying to come in and come up with your own ideas regarding the script and doing these other things and trying to take over the whole movie, even trying to incorporate some of Taylor's music to be in the film. And your husband's asserting himself, trying to get right, trying to get producers to ring him in. And then at one point, I believe the head of Sony, who was the people that distributed the film, was sitting there like in so many words said that if Blake wasn't out here being a total bitch or see you next Tuesday, let's use that word. She brought all this upon herself because you was the one that when they did the premiere and everything, you the one that banished Justin and his family into a basement while y'all was up in here doing the whole red carpets. And it's like, if he directed the movie, why am I not on the red carpet with my family, my wife, or whoever you want to have up there posing for pictures with the photographers? Why am I banished to a goddamn basement like one of them old trolls under the bridge? Why you up in here trying to act like this is your freaking movie? And so that's basically what I want to say about all of that before we get into the story. So, according to the Daily Mail, the pair traded unflattering remarks about Justin Baldoni, the director of and Lively's co-star in the movie, whom she is suing for sexual harassment. According to court papers, Lively called Baldoni the doofus director of my movie, while Swift agreed with her, saying, "I'll do anything for you." This is giving sapphic tease. After a meeting about changing the script, Lively calls Swift the absolute great. Oh my god, the absolute greatest friend ever. Like, this was giving like I'm twirling my hair while they're speaking with that Kardashian vocal fry. In other texts, Swift gave Lively advice about using one of her songs in the film and suggested that Baldoni was not strategic. Just before a bombshell article in the New York Times outlining Lively's claims was due to come out in December of 2024, Swift told her friend, "I think this bitch knows nothing is coming because he's got." Wait, what? I think this bitch, Baldoni, knows something is coming because he's gotten out his tiny violin. Why does that sound like a lyric to one of her tired ass songs? Like, it's good. Like, you playing this on the violin? Like, it's giving something like that. Like, she write that as a lyric, and y'all be up in here acting like she's fucking Socrates or whoever. It's like, oh my God, this is so genius. It's poetic. I'm like, child, this is like literally a 4-year-old writing lyrics, and y'all eating it up like it's just the second coming of lyricism. It's like, get off my line with that shit. But y'all eat up all her little half-ass, horrible-ass writing any damn way and call it poetry. So in other texts, Swift gave Lively advice, and oh yeah, I read that part already. So now the court papers also reveal that Lively badmouthed Baldoni to her other famous friends, which is who I mentioned before, such as Matt Damon and his wife. Well, it's Lucia, but they call her Lucy. And she allegedly told Ben Affleck that Baldoni was a chaotic clown. And it's funny how I'm side-eyeing Matt Damon because he just did Joe Rogan's episode. Him and Bradley Cooper. I'm like, what the? Y'all going on that idiot's show. First of all, he got the brain cells. His brain cells are made of oatmeal, and y'all went on there and did a show to promote his y'all movies or whatever. Anyway, so yeah, so she went and complained to, like I said, Matt Damon and his wife, and said to Ben Affleck that he was a chaotic clown. The texts were revealed in a lengthy court document filed by the federal court in New York, in which Lively responded to dozens of claims made by Baldoni. In the file, Baldoni's lawyers wrote on April 12, 2023, Lively asked her friend, the world's famous oh please, who wrote this shit? The world's famous musician Taylor Swift for help. Referring to Baldoni as the doofus director of my movie, she went on to describe him as a clown who thinks he's a writer now. Oh, and bitch, you got writing credit? When did you join the WGA? You said, oh, he thinks he's a writer. I want to know what credentials you have to be considered that you part of the WGA. But you saying he thinks he's a writer. Did you write the script for It Ends With Us? But you sitting up here trying to read him down to the floor in regard to what who's that? He thinks he's a writer. Well, bitch, you think you're an actress. Now they said that she asked Swift to endorse the revised script she was proposing, even without having read it. One text to the singer from Lively read, you don't have to read, of course. So you just want her endorsement. But um who died and made Taylor Swift Kathleen Kennedy? You know, I had to pull out a producer. Kathleen Kennedy, who, used to run Lucasfilm. She done stepped down. Now they got Dave Filoni, which I don't think that's a good idea. They got him over there running it now. But I had to pull a producer name out as a reference. So I'm like, who died and made Taylor Swift a producer of a movie? The last time we saw it in something, it was a flop, and it was called Cats. So why are we up in here sitting there trying to act like all of a sudden Beyonce, Knowles Carter Swift is all of a sudden, the queen of all production and writing and film? What the hell does she know about movies? Nothing. She ain't never started one that was a box office hit. So why does she got to endorse it? You thinking her stamp of approval is supposed to do what? Get Sony all excited and move Justin Baldoni to the side so you can come in and take over his film? It didn't work. Which is why I'm glad that. So I guess then she had to move in and say, he sexually harassed me, which I don't believe he did at all. You trying to pull whatever you can because your ego is bruised. You and your husband are horrible people. Thank the Lord that ScarJo managed to get out of the clutches of that psychopath. And she went and marry somebody else who is actually talented, funny, and better looking, Colin Jost. While Ryan Reynolds, Saba, I think he got a little sugar in that damn tank. Or is it just that he's Canadian? So he gives that kind of tea, allegedly. So then Lively's side disputed that she asked Swift, and don't even get me started on Taylor. I think let me not even go there because I don't even believe that relationship with her and Travis Kelce. But because Travis definitely gives heated rivalry teas, and so does she. And Lively's side disputed that she asked Swift to endorse the script without reading it, only that she hoped she would. In another part, the court document states Swift agreed to do Lively's bidding, texting Lively saying, I'll do anything for you. Lively and Taylor Swift met with Baldoni at Lively's apartment, where Swift endorsed the revised script. Afterwards, Lively wrote to Swift, you were so epically heroic today. I recapped every moment to Ryan Reynolds, who is Lively's husband, saying, I kept remembering stuff, you making ish up about me and lenses, and referring to yourself as my doll, this clown, an apparent reference to Baldoni, falling for it all, and also revisiting it. You are the world's absolute greatest friend ever. In their response, Lively's side disputed that Swift agreed to do Lively's bidding. Baldoni, so you out here being utterly manipulative. Taylor is going on to get along. And I guess they thought because Taylor Swift is one of the most powerful people in music, not film, music. Stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're using. You barely good at the music. Yeah, you good at writing and accumulating songs, but girl, them vocals is a choice too. So y'all be out here reading Jennifer Lopez. But y'all be thinking that this girl out here could blow like Mariah? I don't think so. So she running around here doing all this other stuff, and y'all sitting here thinking that she is like this iconic, whatever. And I guess y'all like basic shit. So If you want to try to prop up a basic girl who gives the bare minimum and trying to think that y'all gonna have her be the white equivalent of Beyonce, then you beige motherfuckers over there can have that because she don't do it for me. I try to listen to her music and I'm just like, this is what y'all be out here propping up like she the second coming of what basicness. So Blake Lively is also tired, through and delayed. Her husband is tired and a psychopath and extremely jealous of anybody who is far more talented, better looking than him, because he definitely gives that energy. And I'm really hoping that at the end of the day, I mean, even if there is some sides of Justin Baldoni, you just got to prove all that in court. But at this point, the way I'm looking at it is that doesn't this mean he's vindicated in a lot of things? That yeah, she was out here pulling puppet strings and trying to manipulate and control his movie. And because you didn't get your way, you decided to turn into a full-fledged, Karen with an overbite. And now you want to try to take over his thing. And now you want to sit up here and cry like you a damn victim. Because he was pissed that year. It was like she took over his film and rewrote entire scenes with the help of her husband. And it's like he need to been out here focusing on Deadpool and Wolverine and all those other stuff. And we're gonna get into a situation about Hugh Jackman because there's a story going around that with all of this going on, Hugh Jackman is distancing himself from Blake and her husband, particularly Ryan Reynolds. So they said, according to Baldoni's lawyers, Lively urged her famous friends and Colleen Hoover, who wrote the book It Ends With Us. Oh, yeah, she's caught up in this too. Because there was some email exchanges that was revealed, or text messages that was revealed about Colleen Hoover getting caught up in this situation too. So she ain't so innocent in this shit either. So the A-list friends included, as they said, why are they revealing this stuff again? It's like, see, this is what I hate about the Daily Mail. Y'all do this shit on purpose. I be noticing y'all repeat things. This is not the equivalent of Netflix, where if people don't understand what I'm talking about, Matt Damon recently did an interview where I think it was a Variety, or no, it was actually Joe Rogan. We was talking about that Netflix now has this thing, and we've noticed they've done it with Stranger Things and a bunch of other programs where they said because people's attention spans are the size of a gnat and people be on their phone while they watching a movie, that we have to reiterate plot points multiple times throughout the movie because people they know who are watching their films aren't paying attention. And I'm like, well, damn, if they're not paying attention, that's on them. They just got to rewind it back if they missed a part of the movie. But they want them to repeat it. So that's what I was getting at when I was talking about. Well, that's what I'm doing when I'm equating the fact that why y'all repeating some of the same thing in the article when you're mentioning Matt Damon and his wife Ben Affleck. You already mentioned it. But one of the other names I didn't mention that they brought that was a part of this stuff too, that she may have said some things to Bradley Cooper as well. So while Baldoni has brought the rights to the book, Sony eventually released Lively's version of the film amid the furor over the allegations about his on-set behavior. Baldoni's lawyers wrote, for instance, on April 26, 2024, messages, Lively and Swift discussed a plan to use Swift's song in the film's trailer. Swift wrote, if Justin was strategic, he would be like no Taylor Swift in the trailer because that gives you more power over the film. That's your ally, not his. So you were saying that you were trying to do it out of spite, which I don't think that's what I was like. Well, why do we need a Taylor Swift song up in here? How does this song fit within what we're trying to do as a film? But you're using it because she your friend, and then of course now if you use an artist's likeness or song in a trailer, don't they get paid? So you're getting a piece of a pie that you shouldn't even be having a piece of. So then Lively responded, "You are so right. He should have run with your music. How stupid! This is his only shot at having the appearance of an upper hand. So you thinking you just gonna manipulate him because you're saying his only shot at having the appearance of the upper hand. So it's like you think you got the upper hand, but you actually don't." And now her ass been exposed. Now, in text on December 4th and 5th of 2024, Lively and Swift discussed the forthcoming New York Times article which detailed the depth of Lively's claims against Baldoni. Now, according to the papers, she wrote, I think this bitch knows something is coming because he's gotten out his tiny violin. Lawyers for Lively said that they were not discussing the New York Times article, but did not dispute that the texts were correct. Because they are correct. You was out here talking shit and now you got caught. Now, among other texts in the filing is one of Reynolds sent to his and Lively's celebrity friends. The court filing states on May 17, 2024, Lively and Reynolds pressed Matt and Lucy Damon to support Lively's cut of the film. Reynolds told them that Baldoni was a malignantly vain, sociopathic faux minimist. Oh, wait, fominist. Oh, this supposed to be like a fake feminist, fominist. So yeah, because I had to try to make sense of this. Is this how you Canadians talk? It's because he said that he told them that Baldoni was a malignantly vain, sociopathic fominist with almost no sense of boundaries or shame. I cannot believe he hasn't gone to jail. Well, did he finger bang your wife? Because the way you up in here talking, you're about, I can't believe he hasn't gone to jail. There has to be something extreme that he has done on this set that is going to be in your case that your wife is filing against him for you to even articulate that. I'm surprised he hasn't gone to jail. What has he done? Did he finger bang your wife? Did he punch her in the eye? Did he come in her eye? Because it burns. You know that line from Trick. So I was like, what was done for you to even go to that extreme? Or is it just that because you Canadian, y'all like to be extremists? Because we're about to get into another messy Canadian when we get later on in the show, when we talk about that guy with the glam bod. Because it seems like a lot of y'all be out here trying to play it up like y'all the nicest people in the world, but that's a smoke screen. Because we started to see a lot of y'all for how y'all are. So the filing continues saying, seeking a broader audience, Lively conveyed her native view or negative views of the production to Anna Wintour, Vogue's world famous editor. In one message, Wintour appears sympathetic, saying how hard a situation it was for you to make that film. Why is she dragging all these celebrities? Like, what the fuck is Matt Damon going to do? What is Lucia, who people don't even know who the hell that broad is? What's she going to do? What's Ben Affleck going to do? What's Bradley Cooper going to do? What's Taylor Swift going to do? You bring all these celebrities in your shit. What the fuck are they going to do? Nothing. You still in a movie when you caught up in a lawsuit. So what these people going to do? All that's going to happen now is I believe that because these texts and stuff has come out and you've been exposed, maybe they'll be called to the stand and have to testify under oath. And if that's what's going to happen, then Molly, you in danger, girl. Now, speaking of that, because we had to break on that down. Let's get into this tea that I had came across regarding the relationship between Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds. Because according to Rob Shooter, or Shutter. I think it's how do you say it? Rob Shutter? I think is how you say name. Shutter. We'll go with Shutter. So Rob Shutter basically did an article on his Substack where he basically said that Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds' friendship are showing cracks. So during he said, "Darlings, grab your popcorn. Hollywood's ultimate bromance might be hitting a speed bump." Now, sources tell me that Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds, kings of red carpet selfies and snappy banter, are showing cracks behind those perfectly polished smiles. One insider whispered, "It's subtle at first. A missed text here, a cold shoulder there, but those close to them can feel the tension." Another added, Hugh's been unusually quiet around Ryan lately. People are whispering he's stepping back for his own sanity. Meanwhile, Ryan's been doing all the reaching. He's texting, calling, even trying to set plans. This is according to a source, but Hugh just hasn't been returning his call. "Why don't you return my call? Why you trip out where I be? You don't never come see me. You say that you're too busy." Shout out to my girl Brandy. That song comes right in the play with this. But anyway, where was I? Because I got caught up in the Brandy tangent. And he said, case in point, the duo was set to catch Sutton Foster, because that's who apparently Hugh is hunching at the moment. Sutton Foster's cabaret together, but Hugh went solo, leaving Ryan and the gang hanging. And the root of the drama, apparently, it ties back to Ryan and Blake Lively's ongoing legal war with Justin Baldoni, saying that he doesn't want to be caught in the middle. He's loyal, but even has his limits when it comes to messy legal battles. Another insider chuckle, Ryan's jokes online are still sharp, but in private, he's visibly frustrated. Hugh's giving him the cold shoulder. First, they lost Taylor Swift, now Hugh Jackman too. As one friend sighed to Rob, Hollywood loves a bromance, but even the best friendships can crack under pressure. So yeah, now you got Taylor Swift out here trying to distance herself because she got her hand caught in the cookie jar. And now you have um Hugh Jackman doing the same thing. Because I guess if it comes down to it, he don't want to be caught out here in no court case, and then he gonna end up having to go up under oath and start spilling tea about the true Ryan Reynolds, who a lot of people say, yeah, he does all that funny stuff. He's like the white equivalent of Will Smith, where it's like y'all always got to be on, you got to tap dance, you got to be funny whenever you can. And a lot of times the jokes don't land, but they laugh because it's Hollywood and A-list, and people it's all about blowing smoke at these people's ass to satisfy their ego. But behind the scenes, they just be, and I'm not saying Will is a mean guy, but the stories I've heard about Ryan Reynolds being an asshole, I believe it. And his wife ain't no damn better. And I guess she feel like because she's associated with, an asshole and an asshole getting together, it's a match made in hell. But they deserve each other. That's why I said, ScarJo, I'm glad that you escaped that situation and you've gone on to much better pastures. Your career is flourishing. You going back and forth with Zoe Saldana as the girl who was like the most wealthiest woman in Hollywood, based off the movies you do. Y'all go back and forth with that battle, one battle after another. It's about to be nominated for an Oscar tomorrow, so y'all be going back and forth with that, and then you got this situation where it's just like Ryan Reynolds is only lucky because he's wealthy is because he did them damn Deadpool movies. Anything outside of that, the movies have been flops. So I say all this to say, what do you guys think of this story regarding Hugh Jackman and Taylor Swift, getting caught out there, whatever the case? Well, not so much Hugh. Hugh was distancing himself, according to the reports, based off the drama that's been circulating between Blake and her husband, and him not wanting to get caught up in that drama because he's got his own thing that he's dealing with and wanting to maintain his career. And Taylor Swift trying to distance herself because she got caught out here being a mean girl, which I'm not surprised by because we've heard many of stories about Taylor Swift having these falling outs and kind of being a mean girl when it comes to a lot of the celebrity friends that she's collected over the years, like a bunch of damn tchotchkes. So I definitely want to hear from y'all. Let me know what your thoughts are on this story in the comments down below.